The Minutemen are the best faction in Fallout 4, and it's not even close. And don't even get me started on the Brotherhood of Steel. Ooh, I can call in a bird. Yeah, the Minutemen have an army that I can call in at any time. What about the Institute and the relay grenades? Oh, who cares? I got artillery shells that can blow up the entire Commonwealth. What about the railroad? Well, they do have Desdemona. But other than that, what? No, the Minutemen are the best faction, and you can complete the entire game with a Minutemen playthrough. So today we're going to break down why the Minutemen are the greatest faction in the game, why this playthrough is so important, and it should be the way that you play Fallout 4. We'll go step by step how to do it. But before we do all that, we need to talk about who exactly are the Minutemen.
Tell me about the Minutemen.
You know that group you rescued and conquered? As far as I know, they're the last Minutemen left in the Commonwealth. They used to be a volunteer army, dedicated to protecting friends, family, and neighbors. Sounds soft, but they were a real thing at one point.
Yes, these Minutemen, and at least it ain't raining.
As you can see, we're in a bit of a mess here.
Please, go on.
And of course he has another settlement that needs your help, because you can take over the entire Commonwealth and get everything accomplished.
I found out what those robots in Grey Garden needed and took care of it. Even better, they want to be Minutemen.
Huh. I guess I never thought of robots being Minutemen. But why not?
All while only doing Minutemen quest and completing the game. And by the end of it, you are all powerful and can destroy every other faction in the game. So today we're going to show you exactly how to do it. The Minutemen are the most powerful faction in Fallout 4, and today we're going to show you the perfect playthrough how to do it and explain to you why it matters. So welcome back, my fellow Wastelanders, in another deep dive into the world of Fallout 4. Today we're exploring one of the most iconic and arguably the best factions in the game, the Commonwealth Minutemen. From their storied past to their strategic advantages, we're going to cover it all in a detailed special for you. So grab your laser musket and settle in as we unravel the rich tapestry of the Minutemen. So let's start off with the history of the Minutemen. The Commonwealth Minutemen trace their origins to pre-war times, inspired by the historical Minutemen who were civilian colonists ready to fight at a moment's notice during the American Revolutionary War. This new iteration emerged into chaos following the Great War, with their noble goal of protecting the Commonwealth settlers from threats such as raiders, super mutants, and other dangers that would go along. But however, it was the Quincy Massacre that would change everything for the Minutemen.
Have you heard of the Quincy Massacre?
What was it?
I thought everyone in the Commonwealth knew about that by now. Where the Minutemen betrayed each other and the people they were supposed to protect. I was with Colonel Hollis's group. A mercenary group called the Gunners was attacking Quincy. The people there called for the Minutemen to help. We were the only ones that came. The other groups, they just turned their backs on us. Colonel Hollis was dead, so I ended up in charge of the survivors. We never found a safe place to settle. One disaster after another. You saw how it ended in Concord?
Things took a turn for the worst. Internal conflicts and leadership struggles led to the disastrous Quincy Massacre in 2287. The Minutemen's inability to protect the settlement of Quincy from a combined attack by gunners and other hostile forces resulted in a severe loss of credibility and membership. The survivors, including Preston Garvey, became wasting and wandering refugees, seeking safety from a new direction. Of course, Preston Garvey did everything that he could to help the Minutemen, and it would take one short turn for things to happen. So Preston Garvey, what's going on with him? A dedicated Minuteman vowed to rebuild his faction despite his setbacks. His determination to find a leader who could restore the Minutemen's honor led to the eventual encounter with the sole survivor. That's you. That's you. So
As long as you don't give up, the Minutemen will survive.
I'm not about to give up, but I can't protect the Commonwealth all by myself. Hell, I could barely protect these people. That's why I'm talking to you. I can't rebuild the Minutemen, but I think you can.
Why can't you lead the Minutemen?
That's not who I am. I can get my men through a firefight. I can defend a perimeter against all odds. But that's not going to be enough to bring the Minutemen back from the brink. We need someone who can bring the whole Commonwealth together in a common cause. And I think you've got it in you to be that leader.
I've already followed you through hell and high water, and I'd like to think I have more sense than most.
Okay, I'll do it.
It's gonna be a lot of responsibility, but I know you'll make this place better.
Good. Good. Welcome aboard. I feel like this is a whole new start for the Minutemen, and the Commonwealth too. Don't worry, I'll be right beside you all the way, General.
Why are you calling me General?
The leader of the Minutemen has always held the rank of General. Our last leader was General Becker. After he died back in '82, nobody could agree on who should take his place. The one good thing about being the last Minuteman is there's no one to argue with me when I say you're the new general. Now it's your job to make it more than an empty title.
what about the sole survivor? But the Minutemen's resurgence begins with you, the sole survivor. Encountering Preston Garvey and a small group of settlers in Concord, you embark on a journey to rebuild and reclaim the Minutemen's former glory. Under your leadership, the faction can be revolutionized, aiming to restore order and safety to the Commonwealth that was once lost. The narrative arc is so deeply satisfying, offering progressions from the fractured group to a bastion of hope. Your journey as becoming General of the Minutemen starts with a humble beginnings and grows into a campaign to unite the entire Commonwealth, which no one thought could happen. But let's dive into the benefits of joining the Minutemen. Why would you even want to join them in the first place? How about community and settlement building? Joining the Minutemen unlocks quests centered around protecting and developing settlements. This not only offers immediate gameplay benefits like resources and safe haven, but also contributes to the long-term sense of accomplishments as the Commonwealth becomes safer. The settlement defenses are pretty awesome too. The Minutemen quest often involve defending settlements from various threats. Completing these missions, strengthening your settlements, and even earns players' trust and loyalty with other individuals in the Commonwealth. And also rebuilding resources. Players can build customized settlements with crafting stations, farm, and defense structures. These improvements not only make the settlement self-sufficient, but also provide resources that can be used in crafting and trading. And of course, the famous artillery support. When used right, you can get this going crazy, and we'll show you how to do it in just a little bit. But as your settlements grow, you can unlock powerful artillery strikes. Practically useful in every combat scenario in the game, against tough enemies or large groups. This Old Guns quest specifically highlight the strategic advantages of artillery, enabling you to call in devastating firepower. I mean, absolutely destroying everything in the Commonwealth. The artillery emplacement. Once you secure the castle and complete the Old Guns quest, you can place artillery emplacements in every settlement. The artillery will allow you to call in artillery strikes and clear out enemies from a distance. But what about the economic and social benefits? Yes, there are that too. You can establish trade routes between settlements, creates a network of supply lines that distributes resources and goods across the Commonwealth. This system ensures that the settlements remain stocked and connected. To be fair,
Don't say to be fair. Hate when people say to be fair.
Oh, to be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
can establish trade routes and build up your settlements without having to, ever join the Minutemen or ever find them. But community building. How about this? The Minutemen's focus on creating safe and prosperous communities fosters a sense of belonging and unity among settlers. The social comprehension helps build a resilient and cooperative society. But not only that, they do have moral high ground here. All they want to do is help and rebuild the Commonwealth to what it used to be before the bombs fell. Is that so bad? Because I think it's really interesting how the Minutemen's take goes. The Minutemen's focus on well-being of the Commonwealth inhabits and aligns with more traditional hero's journey. These missions often involve rescuing kidnapped settlers, defending against raids, and providing essential supplies, reinforcing their role as protectors. They're also on a humanitarian effort, and those missions that the Minutemen frequently undertake are missions to rescue settlers from captivity, deliver vital supplies, and assist in rebuilding efforts after attacks. These actions underscore their commitment to the welfare of the Commonwealth's people. They have more of a righteous path. Unlike other factions that may have moral ambiguous and outright questionable motives, I mean, come on. Really, Brotherhood? Let's take everything from everybody because, I don't know, technology? The Minutemen strive for the greater good, making them an appealing choice for players who prefer, a good playthrough. How about that? But how about their versatility and freedom? The Minutemen quests often allow for more flexibility in how they are completed. You're encouraged to explore and utilize the game's mechanics creatively. This open world approach ensures continuous engagements and rewards. It also has, of course, the Radiant quest that Bethesda is famous for in Skyrim and other Fallout games and Starfield. But with this Radiant quest, the Minutemen generate dramatically, offering new missions to defend settlements, rescue hostages, and eliminate threats. The system provides an ongoing challenges and gives you continuous rewards. Players can approach missions in various ways, from direct combat to stealth to strategic planning. The flexibility of mission completions caters to each and different playstyle and preferences. Also, if you get the artillery all set up, you can blow up everything. Another advantage of the Minutemen is their neutrality. Aligning with them doesn't necessarily direct conflict with other major factions, allowing you to maintain good relations and gather information and resources before making critical decisions. You can play the field with the Minutemen and go so far with each and other faction if you want to get all of the unlocks. However, by staying with the Minutemen priority, it gives you diplomatic flexibility. The Minutemen's inclusive approach allows players to navigate relationships with other factions without immediate hostility. The diplomatic flexibility offers strategic advantages and options for alliances. But joining the Minutemen grants you access to unique equipment like the General's uniform, which boosts charisma and endurance, and a laser musket, a powerful and iconic weapon of the factions. These items do not only provide practical benefits, but also symbolize your leadership role. The General's uniform enhances your charisma and endurance, providing bonuses in conversation and combat situation. Wearing the uniform signifies your leadership and dedication to the Minutemen. Of course, we got to talk about that laser musket, though. The laser musket is the signature weapon of the Minutemen. Their versatile weapon can be upgraded for increased damage and functionality, making it a reliable tool in battle. And of course, my favorite, the artillery grenades. Once you gain access to artillery smoke grenades, which can be thrown to mark targets for devastating artillery strikes. And once you unlock all of this, Ronnie will become a merchant after completion of old guns. She sells the Last Minute, a legendary variant of the standard gas rifle, and it's the only way you can get it in the game. Also, she is the only merchant in the game that sells mini nukes and regularly supplies everything you need for your laser muskets. So if you want to buy mini nukes in the game, becoming the Minutemen General is the only way to do it. That is a pretty cool perk. What about their independence and leadership? As the General of the Minutemen, you take on a leadership role, providing a strong sense of urgency and responsibility. You can issue commands, strategize defenses, and mobilize forces, reinforcing the faction's community-driven ethos. As General, you are responsible for making key decisions that impact the Minutemen and the Commonwealth. Your choices will determine the faction's direction and success. The ability to plan and execute strategies for settlement defense and expansion gives you a sense of control and an influence over the Commonwealth's future. Leading the Minutemen involves working closely with settlers and other characters, building relationships, and fostering a sense of community. Let's look at the pros and cons. How about we look at the pros first? One of the things is if you're going with a good playthrough or a heroic playthrough, the Minutemen is the best one suited for you. Their missions often involve directly aiding the Commonwealth and helping build up settlements or helping the player make the Commonwealth a greater place to live in. It will become friendlier as you go further into the Minutemen questline. The settlement and community building mechanics offer a fulfilling gameplay loop of tangible benefits such as resource generation, crafting stations, and improving defenses. Players can create thriving communities, enhancing their overall safety and prosperity in the Commonwealth. Did I talk about artillery shells enough yet? The artillery shells are a strategic depth in battle. They can destroy anything. So if you're going to those places where you shouldn't go at a low level, if you have the artillery shells and the ability to call in, I don't know, an army of Minutemen, then it will make it much easier to go through the game. And it also gives you an approach to maintain good relations with other factions. No faction like the Brotherhood of Steel or the Institute really care about the Minutemen because they don't see them much as a threat. But oh boy, as you build up, they are the biggest threat in Fallout 4 if you play your cards right. And we'll show you exactly in a minute how to set up to make sure that you have the perfect Minutemen playthrough in Fallout 4. Here's some of the cons though. I mean, we gotta look at both sides of it. The lack of advanced technology. You know, the Brotherhood of Steel and the Institute have technology, but from a gameplay standpoint, artillery shells. Come on. Army, let's go. We can destroy everything in the Commonwealth and save in the Commonwealth. No other faction can do that. The Minutemen work towards the greater good. Their indirect approach makes it feel less impactful compared to the direct military might of the Brotherhood or the technology of the Institute or Desdemona in the Railroad. But players seeking immediate and dramatic changes may find the Minutemen gradual approach less satisfying if you're wanting to destroy everything. If you want to be a bad Fallout player, I don't know, join every other faction. But if you want the good playthrough and the awesomeness that all the Minutemen have, then yeah, I would definitely pick the Minutemen. But let's show you, how about some hidden stuff? How about some hidden details?
Revolutionize your experience with Hex Gaming premium custom controllers. Use code BEACH to save at checkout.
So how about some hidden details and a little bit of lore about the Minutemen? The Old Guns quest not only provides artillery support, but also delves into the rich history of the castle, the Minutemen's primary base. Players discover that the remnants of the pre-war fortifications have a sense of continuity with actual America's past. The quest involves uncovering hidden rooms, solving puzzles, and gaining access to the powerful artillery, underscoring the Minutemen's potential for strategic warfare. And like I said, we'll show you in a little bit exactly how to set these up and make this the most powerful faction in Fallout 4. But how about Preston Garvey? You're second in command if you go ahead and go down the Minutemen's quest line. Preston Garvey is the primary Minutemen contact, has a detailed backstory that highlights the faction's struggle and his personal dedication to its cause. Engaging with him reveals deeper layers of the faction's lore, including the challenges that face the Minutemen and the efforts to rebuild. But you can learn more about Preston Garvey and the Minutemen by going through his entire quest line and gaining a perk for it. And you can also be in a relationship with him if you are doing that kind of playthrough. But how about the castle's armory? The castle is one of the coolest places to build at, and you can also restore it completely. Exploring the castle uncovers a hidden armory, symbolizing the Minutemen's potential and power and heritage. The armory contains valuable weapons and supplies, reinforcing the faction's historical significance. And of course, Ronnie Shaw. By completing Old Guns, like I said earlier, you do get Ronnie Shaw as a merchant, who is the only one in the game that can give you mini nukes that you can buy without having to craft them. That resource alone, no matter what playthrough you're going through, you should at least get to the Old Guns quest and complete it so that you can buy mini nukes. But Ronnie Shaw quest provides more insight into the Minutemen's past. A veteran Minute woman, so we say. She shares stories of the faction's early days and helps restore the castle to its former glory, aiding depth to the Minutemen's war. Throughout the game, players can find documents and holotapes that detail the history and strategies of the Minutemen. These collectibles provide context and enrich the player's understanding of the faction's evolution. You should search everywhere for these items. Not to mention, as you progress in the Minutemen storyline, Diamond City Radio will go ahead and tell you of the awesome things that the Minutemen are doing.
I will tell you, I have heard that they have taken over the castle, which I guess was theirs a long time ago, but hasn't been for a while. It had been full of fish. It had been full of fish, or monsters, or monster fish, maybe. I don't know. Not relevant. The Minutemen are there now. That's good for them, and I guess for everyone else too. So, yeah. How about some music? Next is some
King our settlements anytime soon.
When we all work together, the bad guys don't stand a chance. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help.
Which I think is an awesome, nice touch and gets you immersed into the Minutemen story. The Minutemen represent the best faction in Fallout 4 due to their strong moral foundation, the satisfaction delivered from rebuilding communities, and their versatile gameplay they offer. Why they may lack in technology prowess of the Institute, or the mighty strength of the Brotherhood of Steel, or Desdemona of the Railroad, their commitment to the greater good and your active role in the resurgence make more of a compelling choice. Through engaging quests, meaningful progression, and the opportunity to shape the future of the Commonwealth, the Minutemen provide a uniquely enriching and rewarding experience in the world of Fallout 4. Their emphasis on community, moral integrity, and player agency establishes them as the ideal faction for the players seeking the hero's journey and the chance to make a lasting impact on the Commonwealth. So I know by now you're probably asking, well, how do you get the perfect Minutemen playthrough in Fallout 4? How do you become the general so fast and be able to do all of these awesome things that the Minutemen offer? Well, there's very simple steps that you can use to go through it. We're going to start off by, of course, as you enter the vault, your first mission is to go to Concord and save the Minutemen. And then that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to go through and do the Minutemen quest, walk back with them to Sanctuary, set up and do all of the little side missions that they ask, and then they're going to send you on your way to start recruiting settlements. To make sure that every settlement in the game becomes a Minutemen settlement, it is possible.
Thanks, friend. By the way, we've decided to support the Minutemen. We've got to help each other if we want things to get better.
It would mean a lot to me if you could get that sword back.
That everyone is a Minutemen settlement. Is never open any of the settlements while you're walking. Never go to any of them. Wait for Preston Garvey to assign you to them. You can go through and, of course, continue playing the game at your leisure, but every time you find a settlement, instead of going and opening it and getting the workshop open, don't do that. But don't do that at all, actually. What you want to do is continue playing as you normally would, but just don't open the settlements. And as time goes on and you build it up, you will be given each one of these settlements by Preston Garvey. He will tell you to go here. Or if you have the castle open at an early level, if you go and clear the castle out, and then when Preston is ready, he will tell you, hey, let's go get the castle. You can tell him either A, let's go do it, or B, I already unlocked it because you found it. You can clear the castle, but don't click the workshop. You can clear these other settlements as well. Just don't actually click on the workshop, and Preston will send you there. Once he sends you there, they are unlocked for you. Also, the radio. Keep your Minutemen radio on, because not only is it amazing music of little harmonies, but when a settlement needs your help, or a settlement you haven't found yet you are close to, it will go off and you can be able to go to that Minutemen settlement. Always keep your flare gun with you, because anytime you're in an attack, you can fire that off and Minutemen will come. The way the Minutemen's work with the flare gun is the more settlements you have, the more settlers that you have at your settlement, the more Minutemen you can get. So each time that you do this, you will get more. As you go through, you will gain Minutemen that have muskets or that have laser rifles for whatever reason, and then they will also bring attack dogs, or they can bring robots if you take over Grey Garden and complete Ada's missions. So it's absolutely incredible the depth that the Minutemen go in this game. So by not opening your settlements, Garvey will eventually get you everywhere you need to go. I think it's absolutely incredible the depth that the Minutemen have in this game. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and what is the #1 faction that you try to use first in Fallout 4. I hope this video helped you understand why the Minutemen are so important and how awesome they are to go through and get everything you need out of the Minutemen quest line, and I think they're so fascinating. Let me know in the comments below which faction you chose, and if you enjoyed this video, can you hit this like button for me? It sends it out so more people can see it. I hope that you stay safe in the wasteland, and also if you enjoy this kind of Fallout content and love this kind of content with other video games, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel and it means more to me than you know. So until our next awesome journey into the wasteland, or whatever video game comes next in the line, remember, make life your beach, and we'll see you on the next video.